And my mom's like, wait here. It was like some multi-purpose room, like these 2 pushable doors and a bunch of like foldable chairs. And of course there was coffee there, which was fucking weird. It was 7:30 at night. I'll get into that in a second. But she goes in there, she talks to this one Italian dad boomer with the most massive pot belly I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, he honestly looked like most people in my family. Like, all that was missing was like a fucking Coors Light and a Budweiser in one hand and like a cigar or like a cigarette in the other. And he had a hat on, he was bald with a big beard. It's so funny, like, how when people start balding, they compensate with a hat and a beard. And it's funny too, because like people always say all these PUAs, looks don't matter at all, it's all about game, but go to the gym and compensate this way and do this compensation. Because everyone's always, if anyone has a flaw, they're always trying to compensate, like, no matter what it is. Like, I'm trying to compensate right now by growing out a beard, which honestly, it looks like shit. I kind of look like a cuck. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I just don't like my beard. I'm gonna shave it soon. It didn't work out. My jaw's still shit. But yeah, this dude, my mom, I kind of overheard her talk. She was saying how, like, oh, just please help my son. Like, he's just so lost. He doesn't know what's going on. He just needs help. Can you just please talk to him? And basically my mom walked out and she's like, okay, buddy. And I just walked in. This dude, he sat down right next to me. He put his hand on my fucking leg, which pissed me off. It brought back so many memories, not pleasant ones either. And he had like the most massive sausage fingers I've ever seen in my life. Like, this dude, I don't know what it is, like, with this type of boomer, but like their bodies are just so unproportionate. It's like if you gave like a kid a pencil and said draw a stick figure, and they draw it and it gets all fucked up and it's like, you know, all unproportionate and shit. Like, this dude, like, his legs were skinny. It looks like one of those like fucked up Roblox characters too. Like, his stomach was just massive. Like, it looked like it was about to blow up. And like, his legs were skinny, his arms were skinny, but his fingers were like literal sausages, and he just put it on my leg. And I think if people do that, they know you're weak and vulnerable. But yeah, he puts his hand on my leg. He's like, I appreciate you being here, pal. God's got your back. You want a coffee? And I'm like, what again with the coffee? It's 7:30 at night and everyone there is drinking coffee. And even, you know, and this is the thing, like, I will never listen to people, like, because I've always been told, like, oh, coffee's so good for you, it's so good. And like, just recently, actually, I started drinking coffee, which is the worst mistake in the world. I started having like terrible panic attacks, anxiety, all this stuff. I didn't know what it was until I stopped drinking the coffee. It was the fucking coffee. That shit, oh my God. Same with nicotine. Yo, all these people smoke. They went from alcohol to cigarettes and coffee. If anyone, that's kind of ironic, but yeah, they went from alcohol to cigarettes and coffee. Even nicotine. So all my old friends that used to vape, and this was maybe like 2 years ago, one of them was like, I was hanging out with one of them, and they're like, oh, bro, come on, you just gotta try it once, bro. You just gotta try it. And I'm like, all right, fine, fuck it. You know, we were outside, and, you know, I did it. I took a hit of the fucking vape, and immediately I felt nauseous. I threw up. I felt so dizzy. I felt like I was dying. It was the worst feeling. And you want to know what this fucking dude says? He goes, oh, you just got to get used to that feeling, and then it'll be good. You just got to get used to it. It's like, why would I want to get used to this? Same thing with coffee. Like, I'd say coffee is no better than alcohol. Because, like, if you ever seen people who, like, they drink coffee all the time and they go a day without their coffee, they just freak out. They're like, where's my coffee? I need my coffee. It's like, all this shit ain't good for you, man. Like, it really isn't. But yeah, after that dude talked to me, the meeting started. Honestly, what's really surprised me about this shit is that I was expecting people to say, oh, because this is like what you would regularly hear. This is what I heard the first one. Oh, had a traumatic childhood, XYZ happened, or someone in my family died, and I got divorced and this happened. But what I was hearing from this shit is these people were saying, oh, when I was young, I was partying, I was drinking every day, I was out there partying, I didn't think it was a problem until I got older. Now, this is fucking so interesting to me, because that just shows how brutal the age pill is. So these people, and you even notice this now, why young people don't go to AA, is because it's not a problem when you're young. Nothing's really a problem when you're young, because you're in your prime. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You ain't ever getting these opportunities ever again. Ever again. No fucking way. The most you're gonna have when you're older is probably a shitty diaper in a nursing home. And these kids are thinking, like, I don't want that shit now. Let me party. Let's live it up, yeah. Because I've seen people in college fucking drinking all day, every day, partying, and it's not seen as a problem, even though I guess it technically is, right? If you're drinking all day or like every night at a party, getting blackout drunk every night partying. But it's interesting because this is what these people said as how it started. They were partying so much and drinking all the time to when they got to the point to mature and become, I guess, adults instead of, kids, hooking up with whatever, guys, girls, whatever the fuck they were saying, partying. Instead of doing that shit, they had to get jobs and they still kept drinking. It's just, I don't know, just like, it was interesting. It's just a brutal age pill right there. So yeah, it only becomes a problem after college, I guess. Because when you're young, I guess you have your prime and all that shit. But yeah, I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. But anyway, during mainly like people at this shit, they didn't really like have any stories. They just tried to like confuse the fuck out of you, because I actually was going crazy for a second. I was thinking to myself, like, holy shit, like, am I actually an alcoholic, or did I just have like a few bad times of drinking? And it actually made me like question myself and almost made me confuse like these fucking South Park adults. And I was like, no, there's no way. Because these people were saying, I was outside the liquor store at 9 o'clock in the morning and shaking and all that shit. Oh, I was, and they were talking about how to like get over withdrawals, how their withdrawal stories, and I just couldn't relate. I was like, yeah, this shit, like, no, like this ain't me at all. There's this one guy too, he was missing his leg like up to his kneecap, like it was amputated. He was in a wheelchair. This dude, he looked like Russman from the Black Ops 2 zombies, and he kind of sounded like him too. He was originally from Alabama, and he was like telling us part of his story, and I thought this guy was gonna say how, because I was thinking he was a fucking war vet. I was thinking he was gonna say some shit like, oh, I was in Iraq or no, he wouldn't be in Iraq. He's a boomer. He would probably be in like Vietnam. He would say like, oh, I was in Vietnam and a child soldier threw a grenade and blew my fucking leg off, and now I drink because I got the PTSD. I thought he was going to say some shit like that, but you want what came out this fucking guy's mouth? He goes, I was drinking so much and my diet was so shit that they had to amputate my leg because I got diabetes, and honestly, I was a little excited because that meant that the alcohol could get to my brain faster. And I was like, no fucking way. This dude he said he was generally excited that his leg got amputated because that meant that the alcohol could go to his brain faster. I was like, that shit fucking, I was like, dude, there's no way. I was like, there's no fucking way. Because it just blew my mind. Oh yeah, there's this other douchebag who goes, oh, weed, cigarettes, and coffee help my sobriety. And I chuckled. I thought that was funny because you're smoking weed and all this shit. You're not sober. So I was like, tuh. And the second he said that and I laughed, they all fucking turned their heads and looked at me. I was like, fuck. And it was just like all a bunch of gaslight. Like, I don't really know how to like describe it, but like, these people, they're so fake. Like, they make it seem like they're so much better than you. And I think I know why. It's because no one's going to ever question that shit because it's seen as quote unquote good, because, same thing with the church. You're not going to go, oh, this shit's stupid. Because I think like the average person, if something is good and you criticize it, they're going to be like, you're mean because good is good and that's good. And you're being mean, so that's mean. Like, this is how the average person thinks. Like, no one's gonna go in there and be like, yo, this shit's stupid. So it gives these people the power to be like, yeah, we're better than you and we know everything. But yeah, like, it's just the thing too, you have to admit you're an alcoholic. You have to be like, oh, you have to say your name and be like, I'm an alcoholic. Even if you're not. It's literally like that one South Park episode. I was telling my dad this shit that I'm telling you guys about this fucking stupid meeting. My dad's like, you ever seen that South Park episode where Randy goes to the AA meeting? I'm like, no. He's like, it's literally like almost what you're saying. He's like, they do like the same shit. And I'm like, no way. So I watched it and I was fucking dying. See how they like, guys, that episode, it's fucking gold, man. Like, they confuse the fuck out of him. He basically goes, he's like, oh, I just got a DUI and, I'm not really an alcoholic. I just, I had a DUI and I was forced to come here. And then the guy goes, you have a disease. And he's like, I do? And then, he shaves his head. He goes into the wheelchair. Stan, Daddy needs another beer. I have a disease. Like, they just confuse the fuck out of you at these fucking places, man. It's just like, please don't let boomers confuse you to fucking death. But yeah, the whole thing, man, just like these people, it's just, and at near the end, and this shit was so bizarre to me too. This dude, I want to say like same thing, like maybe his 60s, gray hair, really, really thinning hairline, goatee, recessed chin, obviously compensating with the fucking goatee, sort of like a long, like oblong sort of face, negative canthal tilt. He was wearing glasses, and he was telling me, and this is the thing too, like, I just smelled shit. And this is, like, I've said this too before, but, like, I would say, like, the average person, like, maybe 90% of people, their breaths just smell like shit for some fucking reason. I don't know what it is, like, it's the processed food or whatever the fuck, but, like, people's breaths just smell like shit. And, yeah, he was trying to tell me, I wasn't really even paying much attention to what this guy was really saying, because I was just like, what is that fucking shit smell? I was like, he was saying like, oh, it's good that you're admitting to your disease now early on in the early stages. And I honestly wanted to tell him, I'm like, dude, you're out here doing this stupid cope shit while your wife is at home getting gangbanged. Like, you're just like a fucking idiot, dude. But yeah, I just kept smelling shit, and I'm like, what is that? I couldn't have been his breath because it smelled too close to shit. And, like, as I'm, like, trying to investigate, like, what the fuck this is, I look down at his fucking fingers, and this dude, I swear on my fucking life, this dude has poop under his fucking fingernails, under his, like, index finger and his middle finger. And I was just looking at it, I'm like, is this guy for fucking real? Like, the poop was, like, on his cuticles, too. I don't know if it was chocolate or whatever the fuck, but, like, like, I don't know what to make of that shit. Like, it had to have been poop, because, like, what the fuck else was it? I had this shit-fingered boomer telling me I'm fucking crazy and have a disease, that I need help. Like, this is the people that are trying to gaslight you into the fucking astral realm, guys. This shit-fingered boomer. But yeah, what a weirdo, dude. Like, I was like, dude, like, get the fuck away from me, man. I'm just, like, thinking that, like, get the fuck away from me, like, fucking weirdo. But, during the end of the meeting, that was during the end, and they all huddled around me. Let me sponsor you! Sponsor! Oh, sobriety! Oh, sponsor sobriety! And I'm like, no, I'm good. And I just walked out, and when I got back to the car, my mom was fucking pissed. She's like, you were supposed to get a sponsor. You were supposed to get someone to talk to. Why don't you have anyone to talk to? And I told her, I'm like, listen, this was the stupidest shit I've ever fucking done in my fucking life. It served no help to me. I mean, honestly, after seeing that dude in the wheelchair, the shit-fingered coper, and the pot-bellied Italian dude, I don't think I'm ever going to pick up another drink in my fucking life, I'm going to be honest. But, I guess it kind of worked. But, fuck, man. She got all pissed off. You want to know what she says to me? She goes, she's like, oh, that wasn't the right group for you. And I'm like, no fucking way. Here we go again. Because first off, it's always the same shit with my mom. That wasn't the right therapist for you. And again, she's just trying to find some person, this one person who's going to spit some crazy line that's going to fucking inspire me to change my life or do some bullshit that I already haven't fucking done. It's just not going to happen. The only person that's ever going to do anything in my life is me. Like, why the fuck do I need some boomer or some person to tell me how to run my life? It doesn't make sense. If I've been through so many fucking therapists and all this bullshit, even doing this cope AA shit for no fucking reason, because, my mom's out of options and trying to quote-unquote fix me and shit, whatever the fuck that means. Oh, we'll find another one. If that, she genuinely believes in the fucking 10,000 approach fucking method, that, oh, the first 1,000 approaches are just warm-ups, and the first 10,000, that, oh, you're almost there. It's like, it'll drive you fucking nuts to a degree. Like, you can't just fucking do the same shit over and over again. That's literally the definition of insanity, and this is what my mom truly believes in. Like, there's some crazy therapist out there that's gonna say something that'll change me, and, but yeah, that's a pretty long video, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it.